Namaste, and welcome to our continuing series of disciples and devotees of Sri Aurobindo and Mother. Today we are very honored to have Pravin with us to talk about his life and perhaps something about his brother also. So Pravin, when did you first hear of Mother and Sri Aurobindo?
I was in Bengal, I was in Calcutta, staying with my brother, whom all of you know as Pashi. Actually, he has been my mentor and my guardian right from the age of 8.
Oh,
So I had been with him for almost 13 years. So he looked after, because our parents, my father had a stroke when he was in Delhi, and he had just returned from England and got a job in an English firm in Calcutta. So he called us there. So 5 of us. That he will
five
look,
children.
my mother, my father, and my 3 unmarried brothers, sisters. So he says he will look after all of us. A very meager salary of 400 rupees a month with his wife and 1 child. So it was very difficult days for him to take care of us. So 2 of our brothers were still in school. There was 1 sister who had to get married, and parents to look after. So it was quite
family,
a burden, a big family
family.
that he took burden of, for which I ever remain grateful to him, that how he managed. So my great respects for him throughout his life.
What was his name?
His name Pashi, Prakash Kapoor, he was known as at that time. So later on, it was abbreviated to Pashi. So he looked after us. So it was difficult days, and naturally when you have a very meager income, it's always you feel deprived as a child. You don't feel that you are getting everything that you need. And my parents also had come from Pakistan, so they didn't have much money. So naturally we, as children, when we were children, we felt very deprived, could not have things as we saw other children having, good food or good things or good clothes. So we were just managing. And there were a lot of vacuum inside. And my mother was very, very religious. And I, as a young child, I was the youngest of all the 7 children that we had. So I was at that time 8 years old. And I felt that I should have had more things with me, or love or affection and things like that. But material needs at that time take over more of your attention at that age. So one is, I would say that childhood was not a very happy childhood as such, where you feel that you are in abundance. So I felt that I was a deprived one. And when I was 12, my father passed away. And that was all the more difficult for my mother to be there with Pashi. So she was going to her daughters and other sons to live with. And when she saw my condition, she was not able to help much. So one day I told her that you don't stay with me because you feel bad. I will manage my life. I was only 12 at that time.
Did you have enough food?
Food was all right. But sometimes that too also was a little difficult, yes. So I was a school going child, and because things were difficult, so life taught me to adjust. But in the process, what happened was that although my mother was very religious, I did not have any faith, because I used to complain, what is this that you pray to God and your God is not very merciful to me, which is a very normal complaint of any human being. So, but she would try to explain to me, but that logic wouldn't work with me. So at course of time, as I grew up, I became a very strong atheist, a non-believer. So I thought that anything that you have to do by your own grit and guts and life, and there is nobody this thing. And sometimes when some philosopher or some guru will come across and he will try to tell us, about God and things like that. So I would say him that if you have seen God, then you make me see also. Then I will believe that he exists. Otherwise, I am not going to believe. So I want to see him face to face. So by just lecturing or telling others that he exists, you may give me any logic or any philosophy, but I am not going to believe it till I see him face to face. So that was ingrained in my mind.
But you had a strong will.
Yes, I had a strong will because of the circumstances that I lived. And interesting things that happened as now I look back, that whenever I was denied anything which I wanted very strongly and I was not given, so I had this will in me that I will never ever ask for it again. So now that when I came here, I saw that became a very powerful tool for me to reject things which I was not able to get. So that became a very positive thing after I came here. So anyway, so it went on, and I came to college. And when I came to college, so there was one incident that happened in school. I was a good student till 8th class. And Pashi would always tell me that I want you to come first in class, because he always excelled in studies in his times. So he expected that I should do the same. So till 8th class, I was a good student, coming in first 3 or 4. But the last year of my 8th class, I came first. So he was very happy. And he said that there will be a celebration. I am very happy that you have kept my word. And he said that he will celebrate it. But unfortunately, days passed, months passed, and there was no celebration. And there was also no recognition that I had actually to be recognized.
By Pashi?
Yes. So he in his work have forgotten that it had to be done and all that. So anyway, it hurt me as a child very much. And I felt that I am not being recognized for the efforts. So what's the point in studying? So that was the turning point in my life where I lost interest in studies, and I started mixing with antisocial elements. So mixing at that age, when I was only 12, my father just passed away. So I went into a company of antisocials and took the habit of smoking, and sometime, taking some ganja and things like that, with that habit I got into. And first I started as, to feel that I am matured and I am grown up, so that, if you have a cigarette in your hand, you feel that you're something. So I started as a show off, but actually it became a habit later on, which went on till I came here. So it was almost 10 years that I continued smoking, and by the time I was in college, I was almost a chain smoker. And I could justify myself because Pashi also used to smoke. So that was a justification that nobody could tell me why you are smoking. So
now how old were you when you went into college?
So when I went to college, I was 17. I was 17 when I entered first year commerce in Calcutta. And as it happened, that college was the hub of political activity. So these days, as you know, in colleges, a lot of political parties have their student politicians, student activists. So at that time, 1969 was the time when you had Naxalites problem in Calcutta. And it was a Congress government in place. So they were against communists and against Naxalites. So there were regular fights and regular bombings and things like that, and elimination of communist leaders on a very large scale. So I, being young and being already in this kind of an activity of anti-socials, it was very easy for me to mix up with them. So I also became a political activist at that time, and within 2 years I rose to the rank of secretary of the CP, they call them, Congress Students Union. So that means I became very close to the chief minister of that time. So I could get the inside view of how the politics is actually playing. So from there the idea came that this could be the best line for me. So I could build up a career like them as others. So that could be something which will be very profitable and things like that. So that is how the mind actually of a 17, 18-year-old started working. So I used to take a lot of interest, and the times have built me up in such a way that I had a lot of courage and I was fearless. With this thing in my mind that there's nobody behind me, there's nobody to support me. So I don't have to live for anybody. So it doesn't matter that if I live or I don't live. So that kind of a thing created a certain kind of a fearlessness in me. So I wouldn't fear fighting with people or, can you imagine that my dress was at that time, I used to carry a cycle chain as my belt. And I used to have 2 steel rings in my hands, so that any time I will come against 3-4 people, I should be able to defend myself. So that is how, and I had kept a little long hair.
And you were quite strong.
I was at that time not so strong, but I was mentally and guts wise I was very strong. So that way I could actually face 3-4 people at the same time. So that is how it went, and I was at that time now. So 3 years passed, so I rose to the position of secretary there, and I was taking many decisions on political activities, and also it was the communications used to be from the top bosses that these people have to be eliminated. You have to throw bombs here, you have to create riots here. So these were the kinds of times that we passed through at that time. And for us, it was something, like we were brainwashed. We thought that this was the best thing that is to happen. What is there if some lives are lost? So this is how the mindset happened. And later on I see that how today's youth is also manipulated that way by politicians, because that is a very vulnerable age.
Had you graduated college?
Yes.
You had?
Yes. So in college, that is what was actually happening. And after I had an evening college, and after the evening college, we would have these meetings, what we call the think tank, which will plan according to the Chief Minister's office instructions, will plan all these things. And there were people who were experts in bomb making, they were experts in sharpshooting. So there were 3 main goons of the chief ministers, to which I was also very close. So there was one Chinese, one Nepalese, and one Punjabi boy. So this was the deadly combination it was known as. And this Chinese boy was absolutely ruthless. You will never have any kind of an expression, whatever crime he commits. And they will go to jail, and then if Mr. will see to it, within 3-4 days they are out. So that was the politics that was happening. And you can see that how close I was to that aspect of.
Did you have to take any physical part?
A physical part, no, but planning part, yes.
Planning part. Mm-hmm.
So the next change came, and Pashi got hint of my activities, because some phone calls will come when I am not there. So he got hint of my political activities, and he was not very happy with what was actually happening. So he talked to me one day, and he tried to tell me that I will try to get you a job, you come out of these activities and things like that. But at that time he tried also, to get me a job in Lufthansa Airlines because one of his friend was in airlines or in some company where he had quite a big influence in Calcutta because he had already risen to the extent of general manager by the time I came to college. So he was very well off in the business circles.
In those circles.
Yes. But the only problem was that they all wanted a degree, which I didn't have. So they said, let him finish education, then we will give him a job. So I was still a student, so I was not getting a job at that time. And these activities continued. So one day, in our planning, what happened, that they had decided that one communist leader has to be eliminated. So the planning was done, who will do what, they will throw the bomb and then he will be eliminated, and all the planning, who will be to be blamed. So we will call the press will also give this kind of a news. So that is already pre-planned.
You did the planning?
Part of it, yes.
Part of it, huh?
Now, on that particular day, what happened, that this gentleman whom they wanted to eliminate, a communist leader who had migrated from Bangladesh, and he was with leader of the Bangladeshi refugees. So that was a big vote bank for communists. So they wanted to eliminate him so that they could neutralize that Bangladeshi vote. The only problem was that it was very dense area where children were there, ladies were there and things like that. So my only objection to others was that do not do any kind of activity there where children and women can be affected.
Like a bomb.
Yes. So you isolate, you find out, investigate when he is alone or isolated place, and then you do whatever you want to do. So I just said only this much. So there was a disagreement, and the others said that where one will go, let another 10 go. So which I felt that that was not the right thing to do. So anyway, the meeting was dispersed, and the next morning I was called to the Chief Minister's office, and he says that there has been some kind of a disharmony happening in your group. What's it all about? So I told him that this is what I had suggested. I had not very forcefully, I had just suggested, and he says, but who has given these kind of instructions? Chief Minister himself is saying, who is given this kind of instructions? No, this is not a good thing to do. So I came back with the assurance that I was right and they were following somebody else's instructions. So I was quite happy about the decision. So I came up in the evening and attended the meeting, and the moment I entered that office of ours, which was at the top floor, they told me that you are no more the General Secretary. There are instructions from Chief Minister that you are removed from this instance. So that was a shock for me. So that was the first political shock that I received, that if this is politics, this is a very bad politics. So, and they were very firm about it. So they will not give me any kind of a post because the instructions were very clear.
So they did, because they disagreed with your suggestion.
Yes.
Was the man killed?
Yes. He was later killed after a week. And that shock that happened, that actually put me into depression, because I felt that my whole dream that I was thinking of realizing has come crashing down. So that was something which was very difficult to take, and that was a turning point in my life of getting totally dejected on the political front. So I lost interest in studies, so I was just managing to, and then I lost interest also in my friends or activities, because I was a regular film goer. I used to go to restaurants, and those activities, extrovert activities were going on. So all that, suddenly I lost interest. So some of my friends suggested that, I must take some consultancy with a psychiatrist and go to him and find out what's actually happening. But the interesting thing was that I showed no signs at home. So Pashi never knew that something of this kind is happening to me. But he knew that something is not all right, as I said. So one day he told me that there is a gentleman from Pondicherry who is coming. And he had been to Pondicherry in 1968 with some of his friends during the inauguration of Auroville, just after the inauguration of Auroville. And he had visited Auroville and Ashram Pashi.
I knew him then.
Yes, yes. And then he was very impressed by the education system in the ashram, and he wanted his children to come here and settle down, of which I was not aware at that time. So anyway, there were friends who used to come from Pondi to house, and they will have some discussions of which I was never a part. So he said, there is one gentleman who's coming from Pondicherry for breakfast, so I want you to help your sister-in-law. So okay, in the morning. So I came to know that his name was Navjat from society. So he was visiting them, and they considered him to be a very enlightened and very near to the mother and all that. So they said that he's a very Siddha Purush, he will be coming, and so you have to be ready. So I helped my sister-in-law in whatever. So at around 8:30, this gentleman comes, and everybody touches his feet and everything, and he had some 8-10 people around. So my brother asked me also, Pashi asked me that I should touch his feet. So now I said, why should I touch his feet? Who is he? I don't know. And I was also of this temperament that I never believed in these people, these saints, sadhus and things like that.
Religious.
Yes, religious people. I thought that they are humbugs.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. So he felt a little embarrassed. But the interesting thing was that Navjat, he noticed it, but never showed. And he put an arm around my shoulders and he said, come friend, come. Let's sit down and talk. So there was a sofa, and he made me sit down and asked me, what do you do? I said, I'm in college. He says, what are your interests? I said, I'm interested in politics. So he says, oh, it's very good. Young people should go in politics. They should do good politics. So what are your interests? So I told him my interests are films. And from somewhere this word came into my mind. From where it came, even today I cannot say. I said, I am interested in mystic life also. So now out of the blue this word came. So I was later on myself surprised that he says, oh, you have read some books. So I said, no, I am very interested. May have read 1 or 2 books, and at that time the life was such that lies will come very, just like flow like water. So I said, I've read 1 or 2 books where I've never read or I've never even heard the name mystic. So anyway, he chatted for a while, and then he said that I'm very glad to talk to you, young boy. I want you to come to a meditation in the evening. We are having a meditation at one industrialist house, so come with Pashi. So I said, I am not interested in these things. I don't know what meditation is. So I have college, and I will not be able to come because we have some meetings also. So he said, try if you can. So that's how, and then he chatted with others and everything went, and so everything, party finished and everybody went, and I went to my work. So as evening dawned, I felt that this gentleman, in spite of I being offending him and not touching his feet, he was very nice to me. So this softer kind of a feeling came, and I said, I thought that he was a little different person, so let me know a little more about him. So that brought me early to the house. So normally I will not enter the house before 12:30 at night when others were sleeping. So that day I came around 6:30 in the house because 7:30 was the meditation or something. So Pashi guessed it, but he never asked me anything. So I said, okay. So then they got ready, my sister-in-law, they got ready to go. And I was just shuffling from living room to my bedroom to outside. So he says, why you are early today? I said, no, I came to collect my books for the college. I had forgotten. So he says, okay. So as they were leaving, they told me that, okay, you have to go to college now. I said, yes. So we are locking the door. I said, okay. And I'm just praying from inside, please ask me once that you will take me along with him. And I didn't have the courage to ask him that you take me, because I felt that I had insulted him in the morning.
Yeah.
And he's like a father figure to me. He's around 18, 19 years older to me. So he actually had brought us up like a father only. So I didn't have the courage to ask him. And he had a very strong personality, So, and he would be very blunt when he wanted to be. So I was scared. So anyway, we started coming down from the third floor in the lift, and I was just hoping that he would just ask me. So when we came down on the floor and he was going towards the car, so I said, I have to ask him. He says, today, then I said that today morning, sir had come, he had invited me. So I thought that I could go. Oh, you want to come? I think he was ready, waiting for that. So, okay, sit down. So we went to this place, and that was the first time I saw Mother and Sri Aurobindo's full life pictures. And I was wondering who they are. And there were about 60-70 people gathered in a large house. And everybody was around Navajat, asking him questions. And after 7:30, I think, the meditation started, and I didn't know what meditation would be like. So they all started closing their eyes, and in the meantime, in the car, Pashe told me that this gentleman has the power to leave his body and go to Pondicherry to the mother. Now that was something like, people vanishing, and that is how I thought. I have heard people vanishing and going away, and that is how I thought, that he will vanish himself and go there. Otherwise, how will people travel there? So I was wondering what this man is, with what powers. So everybody closed his eyes and they sat down, and my eyes were fixed on him to find out whether he really goes away from there or something happens or he vanishes and all that. So, but nothing happened, and this music, mother's music, was played. So I didn't know that it was mother's music. It was some music I felt like they happen in churches and all that. So that kind of a music I felt. So it was a little different than what I have ever heard. And my eyes got fixed up with these two people, and I said who they are. And I said that what kind of and I saw these people, they are industrialists, they are general managers, they are CEOs, so all well-to-do people. And I was just thinking that this man has got this power to fool these people who are calling themselves educated and brought them here. And who are these two people that, kind of bringing them here. So that was the kind of thoughts at that time in my mind.
You became interested or not interested?
Yes.
In the two photos?
No, I was not very interested. I was very curious who these people are, older people, who these people are, So anyway, meditation was over, and the moment meditation was over, I saw these two groups of people, ladies on one side and gents on one side. And they said, gents started talking about their business, about shares, about things like that. And women started talking about fashion, about saris and things. So I was very convinced that this was just a show, that at least if you go to a temple or anywhere, at least 5-10 minutes you have some kind of a quietness in that atmosphere. And what is this happening? So I was very convinced that this is just a cult, and to gather money from these moneyed people for his own cause. What his cause was, I don't know. So anyway, it went, and they had refreshments they gave, and it was the month of December, December end, I think, and Navjat had brought calendars to be distributed. So he distributed all calendars to everybody, and one calendar he gave it to me also, mother's calendar. So I brought it home. But there was nothing that I was impressed about in that meeting. So I don't know. So Pashi asked me, how did you feel? So I said, I don't know. I mean, this is what my feeling has been. And I felt. So he tried to tell me, no, it is something else. You should have felt the atmosphere. Now, we are not at the stage where we feel this kind of an atmosphere. So there was no opening as such. So anyway, we went home, and I put that calendar in my room. I had a separate room. So that was all right, and then got busy with all these things of my depression and all that. It didn't go away. So it went on increasing. So one day in that state, I drank a lot, and I came home, and luckily both Pashi and my sister-in-law had gone out. Nobody was there. And the servant was there. So I was so drunk that he took out my shoes and all that and put me to sleep in my room. So as I sat in front of my bed to go to sleep, I saw this picture looking at me and following me. So if I am looking there, that picture is looking there. If I am looking here, but I'm not finding out that why it is happening like that. So some thought came that I might be drunk, that is why this is happening. So that was the first experience that I had of that photo. And then I went to sleep. And next morning, the servant complained to my brother that Chota Babu, they will call me, that he had come drunk and this is what had happened. So it was the breakfast time, so Pashi didn't tell me anything. He says, we'll talk in the evening.
May I ask what photo you saw? Was it of mother or
Mother's photo.
It was mother's photo.
It was mother's photo, yes. It was mother's photo that he gave with a greenish sari. So whenever I see that photo, I remember. So then, so this continued, and
you were at
next
bed.
day, yes. So next day, evening, Pashi came and we had a big argument. So he said, you have started all these activities, you have started drinking, I have looked after you so much well. And then I revolted, and I never spoken back to him in all these years. But that day I just spoke back to him that you have done nothing to me, you have deprived me of all those things, you never bought me good clothes, you just did your duty, and then you see to your children, you never treat me as your own children and all that. So all that was there inside me came out on that day. So this went on for almost 45 minutes, and he was, I'm ashamed of you, you're a black sheep in the house. So, and then he said that you have said so much that I have done nothing for you. Then you tell me, have you ever done anything for anybody? So I said, yes, I have done so many things for so many. He said, give me one example. So I said, I am angry now, I don't have any example to give you now, I'll give you later on. And that is where it ended, and it was around 10:30 at night, and I just went out of the house. I went out of the house, came down, bought some 3 packets of cigarette, and in front of our house, about 200 meters, is that Victoria Memorial Ground in Calcutta. So I just went straight there with cigarette packets, and incidentally, that was the statue of Lord Curzon, under which I sat down, and I started thinking that okay, what answer I have to give him. He said that I have not done anything from anybody, and I had thought that I have helped so many people, So I went back in time, And whatever question I asked that, oh, you have done studies, you were a good student. He says, but that is for yourself you did. So I have helped the other person. He says, you did it for your own selfishness. So there were two parts in me which was constantly telling me that all that you have done, what you are saying good, you have done it for yourself. You have not done it for somebody else. You have done it for praise, you have done it for name, you have done it for this. So this counter answer was constantly coming into me. So I looked at my watch, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was constantly smoking. And at that time it dawned on me, that means Pashi was right. I have never done anything for anyone. I have done only for myself. So then and there something happened in me. I said, okay, I take this resolution now that I will not live for myself anymore. Neither in my thoughts, neither in my actions. So I took that oath there and I said, okay, let my life be different. So that was the first seed that was sown of selflessness. So I came home, I woke up very late. I didn't say sorry to him, I didn't say anything because I thought, let me prove myself. So the activity continued, and then this depression again caught me. What is going to happen? Everything is dark. So I told one of my good friends, I said, you had suggested about a psychiatrist, so you please fix up an appointment because something is not all right. So he says, okay, I'll fix it up and let you know the time. So that day morning when this incident happened, this I'm talking about now 2-3 months have passed. So it was March beginning and Calcutta was still very cold. So that day I thought that I'll go walking to my work. I used to work in an office. So in the morning I came out at about 9:30 and I was walking. And that day was some Red Cross day. So there was one nun who was asking for some funds. They have a box in Calcutta. They come out with a Red Cross box and collect funds from the people who are walking along. So I never used to give anybody like this. So that day I felt that whatever cash I had, 1 rupee or 2 rupee, I put in a box. And she was very happy that the first person who has given something. So she put a church bell as the plastic church bell, she pinned it here. So I said, okay, thank you. So I just walked and I must have gone around 400 meters, 500, half a kilometer I have got. And there is one very big hotel in Calcutta called Grand Hotel. So I reached near there and I heard a lot of this church gong, bells, gong, gong, gong. And they were just banging my head as if I'm hearing those. And the sound grew louder and louder and louder. And I felt that my brain will burst. So there are long marble stairs there, steps. So I sat down there with my hands on my head that something has gone wrong. Has this lady done something to me? So I took out that church, this thing, and I threw it on the road. He said, these people do some kind of magic or some black magic or something has happened. And almost it was about half an hour I sat, and then slowly this thing came down, calmed down, noise became less. And as soon as the noise became less, there's one voice comes and he says, your time has come, my child, you come to Pondicherry. Your time has come, my child, you come to Pondicherry. So it was replaced by a repetitive this thing. And I said that I have gone mad. So I went to the office and I called my friend. I said, you please see to it that can he give me an appointment in the evening and not at night, because there is something wrong with me. I didn't tell him what happened. I said something wrong with me. So I went to the office and I was not in myself. I was making mistakes in my work. I had to do accounts. I was making mistakes. So I told my boss that I want to take leave. So he says, go after lunch, finish this work, then go after lunch. So it was around 3:30 that I came down from the office, and incidentally my office was just opposite Pashi's office. So I came down and I said, I'll have a cup of tea and then I'll move on to the college. And that was the day when I had to submit my final year exams fee. And I had 42 rupees in my pocket because my exam fee was 38 rupees or something. So I was having tea, and as I finished tea, even today I don't know what pushed me. I was like a hypnotized person, and I find myself in front of the city train booking office. And I'm going and asking me that I want a ticket for Pondicherry. So they asked me, I said, whatever date available. So he said 29th March is available. I said, okay, give. So what is the charge for minimum? He said third class, third tier, 38 rupees 50 paisa. So I had 42 rupees, I gave them 40 rupees. So I got the ticket. And as soon as the ticket came in my hand, I felt very quiet. I came out. I told my friend, please don't book any appointment with the psychiatrist. I am fine. So I didn't tell anybody anything. I just kept this thing in my pocket and just planning that how I will now go to Pondicherry. So I came back to my room and I said, this is come, so let me know a little more about what is happening. Is it true or it is false, or what is happening? So Pashi had a lot of books. He was a very voracious reader. All kinds of books he had. So I tried to find out some books. So I found two books. One was Pravin in his ashram, one small booklet, and one was Life Divine. So I put them in newspaper wrapper as if they were my class books. So next morning I just went through these books. The small booklet I finished in one day. So that told about ashram's life, mother giving darshan on birthdays and things like that, and education system and all the what happens in the ashram and all that. So I got a glimpse of the ashram life.
Had you told Pashi about
nothing.
The word you heard?
No, nothing. Nobody I told.
I see.
Never I told. So then, and Life Divine I started reading. So I didn't know what is Life Divine, what is this. So I just started reading. As I was reading, I thought, if this is the life that I'm going to be, and that will be the life that I want. And I thought that I was understanding all that was written there. And there were new words like consciousness, divine, Gnostic being, supramental. They were words very new to me, of which I had never even heard of before. But I thought that, some understanding was coming. And so I was devoting my time to reading all that. So I must have read day and night 4 or 5 chapters, and I lost interest in everything. So 29th morning came. On the breakfast table, I told Pashi that I'm going to Pondicherry. He says, what? I said, no, my friend in office, he had 2 tickets, one for himself and one for his uncle. He was going to Pondi, so his uncle is now felt very sick. So he said, it will get waste, so why don't you come with me? So I just lied to him and I said that I'm going for 5 days and I'll come back. So he says, oh, I was going in April darshan, you could have come with us also. I said, no, this is My friend has said so. And in the meantime, I had sorted out all my things without telling anybody that somewhere I felt I won't come back. So I left on 29th evening and reached Chennai on 31st March. And then we met on the way to bus stand. I met two Parsi ladies who were coming to Pondicherry, because that was first time I didn't know what Pondicherry was like. So I came with them and I reached around 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night in front of the ashram gate. So they asked me that you find out about some guest house, those Parsi ladies. So I was going to enter the main ashram building. So one lady was coming out. So I said, "Is this the ashram?" So she said, "Yes. What do you want?" I said, "I have two ladies with me. We are looking for some accommodation." So she said, "Come with me." So I never entered the ashram. "You come with me. I have got a guest house, society guest house. So you can come and stay there." So that is how we stayed in that guest house. Now I had taken 5 days leave from office and said they gave me advance of 500 rupees. And then I came and I asked how much is the rent for the room. He says 12 rupees. So I started and I said food. They said 250 per day in dining room. At that time it was 1971. So I said okay, but this 12 rupees is too much for me, because I calculated it will finish very fast, the money that I had. So give me something which is very simple if you have. So they said, we have got on the terrace one thatch roof hut, but there's no bed or anything, you have to sleep on a mat and we'll charge you 3 rupees a day. I said that will be fine for me. So I started my life, and then he said, no, it's too late, tomorrow morning. So I said that I've heard that mother gives darshan on birthdays, so I would like to go and see her. So she says, we'll talk in the morning. So in the morning I asked her, she says, you go and meet Sushila Ben, who's Navjat's secretary. So she arranges for, and Navjat is not here in town, he's in Delhi. So you go and meet her. So tell her that you know him. So I inquired and I found out her office, which is now in the school. So I went and I saw her. So she says, who are you? Whom do you know? I said, I know nobody. But this gentleman had come to Calcutta. So I had met him in my house, but he is not here. So we need a reference. How can I believe that you are this thing? So I said, here also people have to have reference to go to the mother. Yes, reference is required. So I said, oh, it's like all other temples in the world that you require somebody's reference. So she said, no, it is not. She started getting angry. I said, I'm sorry, but I thought that you could go. That is what I had read. So he said, no, she is very busy, she has to go. Okay, now you are saying, so I will try. You come on the 3rd morning. I said, okay. So I came out and I said, if you have brought me here, then you have to call me to your room. I'm not going to ask anybody after this. So it was like a kind of, revolting. I was anyway that way. So it's okay. So 3rd morning I went. So she said, no, there are too many people and we cannot arrange and all that. I said, okay, doesn't matter. So from there I came out and I sat on the beach. So normally she would start darshan by 9 o'clock or something, 9:30. So I was sitting on the beach And sitting on the beach, I had a wonderful experience. Suddenly, I felt that I have become one with the sea. I have lost any consciousness of my body, that I am not in my body. And a certain peace and calmness descended. And maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes, this experience lasted probably. And then I felt that, okay, I need not come to your room, I have got your experience. I have got the peace. This is what I may have got it there, I have got it now here. So I said, I'm grateful that even if I'm not there, you have given me this experience. So I was very satisfied. And I felt that, okay, when my time will come, only then I will come to your room, but I have received your grace. So this is what happened. And then after that, series of experiences started happening within, and I wanted to know more. So I started talking to people and all that. And Navjat came on 6th of April. So then I went and saw him. So he did remember me. So I said, I had attended meditation, you had come to Pashi's house. Oh, yes. So you have ran away from home and come. So I said, no, I have not ran away, I have informed and come. So what, you are so young, you want to study in the school or something? I said, no, I want to work. What work will you do? What work do you know? I said, whatever work you will give, I will do. I have come to serve. So he says that this way we cannot do. For everything you do in the ashram, we have to ask the mother. So I said, okay, what I have to do? He said, do you have any photograph of yours? He says, I have read, so I have got a photograph of mine with me. So he said, you write something to the mother that you want to stay here. And then we will see if she allows you stay, otherwise you have to go back. I said, okay. So I came back to the guest house. So what to write, I don't know how to write, what to write. So there were some old sadhaks in the guest house. I said, how one writes to the mother? So they said that you have to write, dear mother or dearest mother or this thing, and you have to end it with at your lotus feet and things like that. You have to write like that. And then whatever you want to write. So I sat down and I jotted down. So I didn't want to write dear mother, I wrote sweet mother, because they had also said that you can write sweet mother also. So I wrote, I still remember those words, I wrote sweet mother. And the next line was that I came here to give myself up to you. And today I find that this myself is also not mine. So I do not know how and what I can give you back. But still, if you feel that I can stay here and serve you, please grant me permission to stay here. So your child, Pravin, I wrote like that. So I handed over in an envelope to Navjat. So he says, I will put this before mother and then I will see what mother says.
You hadn't seen mother at all yet?
No. So I said, okay. So I went after a week and my money was finishing. So I said, what to do? So after a week I went and he says, oh, I've been very busy. There were many other things. You come after 3 days. So I didn't tell anything. I said, okay, let me wait. So after 3 days, I went again. So he says, yes, I have shown that letter to the mother. And mother has permitted you to stay here. So I said, okay, I'm very happy. So I said, what work? So I asked mother what work to give him. Mother says that since he has come through you, you give him some work. So, okay. So he said that, can you give lectures? I said, I've never given one, but I can always try. So he says, good, I'm very happy with your answer. So he says, okay. So you work here with me and when some guests come, you take them around to the ashram and all that. And in all these 10-15 days, 10 days or 8-10 days, I had visited almost all the places, inquiring this thing, because I had nothing to do. So I was going to different departments, I am meeting different people, asking them stories, asking them about mother, wanting to gather maximum information possible, so that is how I came to know a lot, different people, this thing. And the most thing that struck me at that time was that everybody was talking about mother, mother, mother. There was nothing but mother. Whose department? Mother's department. Whom are you working for? Working for the mother. So everybody was talking. So it was a different kind of an atmosphere altogether. So that was something very fascinating to me. So anyway, he started, my journey started with showing people around. And wherever department I used to go, I used to ask them about the history, how mother started, how it happened, So when these guests will come, I will tell them that interesting stories and history and all that. So they were very happy with my being a guide like that, who would tell them stories. And when I had no work, I will go to these departments and try to find out all the stories. That is how I know the stories of all the departments of the ashram.
Now you had no money left.
No money left.
15 days.
So I told him that I have no money now. So I don't know what to do. So he said that, okay, you meet our development secretary, Kishori Lal. I don't know. He was our development secretary, so you meet him and then he will make some arrangement for you. So I went and met Kishori Lal. So he said, okay, Navjot ji has sent you. So what I can do is I will give you accommodation in shelter guest house. At that time it was what just A to B is there today. On top of it there were about 10 rooms. It was known as shelter guest house. That was society's guest house. So you stay in room number 4 and you look after the guests there. So that is your work. And then you come here and work with me, and whatever work I tell you, you do. And you eat in society kitchen. So that is how my life in the ashram started, with society. So I used to stay in shelter guest house. I used to do whatever work they would tell me to do, and I will do. And at that time I did not know that society or ashram or Auroville is something very different. Only very gradually I came to know that there were 3 different entities. So 72 came, 1972, and it was Sri Aurobindo's centenary. So they were making a lot of arrangements for people to come from outside. So society had taken the responsibility of accommodating some 2,000 people in the city. So they told me that I should help organize. So sitting in the beach office for almost 9 days, day and night, I coordinated a lot of activities of bringing people from station to this thing. And I had this kind of an experience in Calcutta with my activities. So that came very useful in getting people to see and go there and get them accommodation and all that. So after all that was over, then they were very happy with my work. And at that time, International Guest House was coming near completion. So once these activities were finished, they asked me that if I can take charge of International Guest House. So actually I was the first in charge of International Guest House at the age of 22, 1972.
You still hadn't met Mother?
No. So that was August 72 when International Guest House was inaugurated. And Mother had fixed up the rates for the guest house, that it should be 8 rupees for a single room and 12 rupees for a double room. And guest house is not meant to earn money, but to make visitors comfortable. So that is what she had given the message to Navjot. So I started working there. Then one day in some conversation, Kishori Lal asked me, have you seen the mother? I said, no. So August darshan, April darshan I saw balcony darshan, and August darshan I saw balcony darshan. But I had never been personally to. So things were happening. I was working. I was not expecting anything. I was just happy working. And in some conversation came and he says, "Oh, you have not been to mother's room. I will take you myself." I says, "Okay." So on 6th September, he took me to the mother in 1972. So I went. So they told me what to do, look into mother's eyes and be there. So trained me like that. That is how you have to be. So okay, I was waiting. You used to wait in the small terrace. So I went there and my turn came. So I went to and what these society people used to do was that they will bring in lot of agarbattis and things like that, and they will put in your hand and they will tell you that you get touch with the mother and that will become a prasad for others. So Sushiraban came and put all these agarbattis in my hand, and by this time I had come to know about the significance of flowers. So I had taken one flower, surrender. So that was in my hand, and they put all these things, toffees and things in my hands. Anyway, so I went inside, my turn came. First it was Kishori Lalji, and then I was there. And Kishori Lalji told mother, this boy works with me. So I went forward and put my hands like that. Champak Lalji was beside. So mother, I had told them to look into the eyes. Mother is looking into my eyes and is going on, but she is not touching anything. So I thought that I am little far away from her. So I just kneeled a little more and I just went a little more forward. So somewhere she found that gap in my hand and she didn't touch anything. With her long fingers, she just took out that flower from my palm and she gave what beatific smile she gave, and I was just totally out of this world at that time. And it must have been 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I do not know, but I felt that it was eternity. So I came down and tears started rolling down my eyes. And this thought came in my mind, if ever now anybody asks me, have you seen God? I will say yes. And I would also say that your time will come also when you are ready. So that sealed my fate totally from that time. And I knew that I have never ever leave this place again.
Can you tell me a little bit about your experience of Oroville and Pashi being in Oroville?
Yes. So I came in 71 and Pashi sent his children for Oroville school. They couldn't get admission in ashram school. So he sent 2 of his boys to Oroville, Naveen and Vineet. So with one of my nephews. So he had already made arrangement with the people with last school. So my work was only to take them to the last school and introduce there. There were some Indian teachers were there, Shanti was there and 1 or 2 people were there. So put them there and then come. And my work also at that time was to take visitors to Oroville. Matri Mandir was just coming up. So I would go thrice a week to Matri Mandir and do the digging work. At that time digging was being done manually. And if you remember, there was one person from Africa, he used to call himself Krishna.
Yes, I know him.
Yes,
big fellow.
Very
yes.
big fellow and tough fellow. And he would be there from morning till evening. And he became a good friend of mine. and we used to do the digging. At that time it was must have been about 10 meters round. We used to dig every day, and then after that I used to come to the ashram and work. So that's how it was going on. So when Pashi came in 1975, so by this time I had come in close contact with Pranabda in ashram, because I was a good sports person. So I wanted to do sports. So being in international guest house, I approached him that can I do sports. So he took a liking to me, and at that time society and so much was not, ashram was not so much of differences, tension. Yeah. So they were, so he says yes, you can come. And that's how I became member of the PED, being in ashram guest house. And every day evening I will take part in sports. So that is how I came close to him. And then we had, every day I will go to his office and then sit there and listen to stories. And at that time mother was not keeping very well. And he used to go cycling every Thursday and Sunday. Around 42 kilometers he will cycle. So one day I asked him whether I can also come with him. So he said, yes, you can come with me for cycling. So that was later on became the marathon route of the ashram. So that was a nice experiencing with him, and that's how I came close to him. So in 1973, when mother passed away, I was still in international guest house, got many people there. Pashi had also come at that time, but at that time, by that time he came, it was, mother was already put to samadhi. But that was also one of the most wonderful experiences that we had in 1973 when mother passed away. So I also used to volunteer with everybody else, giving duty, guest house duty, the duty on the gate, line, controlling the line and all that. And then in the evening, we used to spend time inside where Champaklalji and Dada and will tell stories about mothers, and questions and answers used to happen. So that was one of the 5 days, 3 days when she was there. We heard a lot of mothers' stories and things like that. So
Could you tell me a little of the experience you had on mother's passing?
yes, so that day it was a film day, and there was a Tamil film being shown. And by this time I had made a lot of friends in the ashram, young boys. So I became part of, ashram boys, this thing. So since I was a bit extrovert, so I used to make friends very quickly with everybody. So a lot of young boys at that time who were very close to Dada, and because of my activities in physical education, I became very close to them and all that. So there was this film going on in the playground, Tamil film, and we were not very interested. So this whole gang of ours used to be known as Saturday Night Club. So we were 12 or 14 of us. So we said that we'll go to sports ground and spend our night there. So have some tea, coffee, things like that.
This was evening
Evening time.
Evening
yes.
of.
The 17th November.
Oh, evening of 17th.
Yes, 17th. Yes. So we went there, and we were spending our time, and then one person came and asked for Borunda. He was a photographer. So he said that Dada has called you, and mother has left her body, called you for photographs. So once we heard the news, so immediately Borunto ran with his camera, and we followed him behind. So we came to the ashram, and at that time ashram was, only Borun was allowed. We were not allowed in the ashram because they were preparing the body to be brought down. And you're talking about the experience. The experience was that we never felt somewhere we never felt that mother has actually left. There was no shock. There was nothing. There was so much of intense peace in the atmosphere that you didn't feel that, it was only that, okay, physically she is not there, but internally you never felt that she has moved away. So everything was being worked kind of mechanically, So around 8 o'clock, she passed away at I think 7:15 or something. So after making them ready around 9:30, we were all outside. Then Dada came outside and he said, "You people arrange yourself into different places for the people to come." And the casket was being prepared in the Harpagaon workshop. Udarda was looking after it, and mother was brought down in the meditation hall. So we saw mother being brought down. Andrida was there, Nannida was there, everybody was there at that time. Dr. Sanyal was there. So they were there, and then they put it down and casket was. So our duty was to keep around ashram and outside and all that, and then news traveled everywhere. So by the morning there were thousands of people on the road in line and queue, and then it was organized that one by one they will come and then they will have darshan. From one side they will come from Nannida's gate and they'll move out. Like that it happened. So it went on for 3 days till there Dr. Sanyal said that now the body has started decomposing, so we have to put her in the casket, put her to Samadhi. So that is how on the 20th of November it happened. So by that time, these 3 days, we were constantly on the move. So that was the most wonderful experience of witnessing a great soul's passing away, and that strengthened the resolve and the state within that we need to serve the mother with all sincerity and carry on her work.
You said that you met mother only once.
Yes.
In
her room. Yes.
In her room.
Yes.
Have you experienced her or Sri Aurobindo in your inner being?
I have not experienced Sri Aurobindo as such because I have never seen him also, but I felt mother very close to me, and I had number of experiences where I felt her presence in me, and one of the experience I can share with you. It happened in 1978. It was mother's centenary, and how close I felt was that I was, and by this time I had left society. After 1973, I felt that society was not the right place for me.
That's interesting.
So why it happened was that I was given the impression that all money is mother's, and whatever mother says we should follow as per her directions. So she had fixed up the rate for, as I told you, 8 rupees for this thing and 12 rupees for a double room. Now when these foreigners were coming as groups from outside, Italians and Germans at that time, so society was charging them per person 35 rupees, not per room.
Per person?
Yes, per person. So I told Navjat that this is not correct. He said, no, they can afford to pay. So there was a kind of a conflict in me that just because they can afford to pay, that doesn't mean that we should charge them officially what mother has said. That means we are not following mother's instructions. So I started feeling very uneasy. So then one day I told him I will not make the bills for these people. So he said, okay, okay, Krishna will make. Krishna, her sister, she will make. I said, okay, but I will not make. So by this time I had come close to Dada. And in 1973, when mother passed away, then I told him that this is what I am feeling. I am feeling very uncomfortable in society. So what should I do? So he said, now mother has passed away. If she was there, I would have asked you to be. Now by this time I had come to know that being in society doesn't mean being in the ashram. So the inmates of the ashram are different, inmates of the society are different. Then only I came to know. So he says, now you cannot become an inmate of the ashram because mother is not there and they have stopped taking people in the ashram. So, but I said, I want to stay here. So he said, if she was there, I would have taken your request to her. But now what you can do is that you can work with somebody else who are connected with the ashram and keep contact with the ashram and be like that. So I told him that I have not come here for security. I don't need any security. I just need one-time food and I can sleep anywhere. But if I want to work, I just want to know that somebody is working truly for the mother. So he says, how can I say about others? So then he thought for a while and he says, you like to work with me? So I said, yes.
Oh, this is when it began.
Yes. So I said, yes. So he said that not with me in the office, I don't have a place, but in corner house, they are looking for a person for storeroom. So if you feel, then I can give you a chit tomorrow, but you will not get any kind of a prosperity or anything. And because you will work there, you will get food and I can provide you a room in sports ground. So I said, that is sufficient for me. So on February 1st, 1974, I shifted to corner house. So in between, I told Navjat that I am not working anymore with you. I'll be going to work with Pranabda in corner house. He says, but I heard you are not going to get any prosperity or anything. You continue with the prosperity of the society. You are so close to me. You are just like Vijay and Kiran to me. So why you are leaving? So I said, no, I no more can this thing because I feel very uncomfortable. And then he consented because I had decided. And I said, I will not accept society's prosperity because my conscience won't allow. So they will not give me anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever I have, I will manage. So 1st February 1974, I came and joined corner house. And since till date, I am there. So that's how my journey came to corner house.
And then you began to work also in the gymnasium.
Yes, yes.
Can you tell me a little bit? I know we've gone a long time, but
yes,
is it all right?
Story. Yeah.
Okay, please.
So, yes, so as I came to corner house, so my closeness with Pranab continued a little more. So for 5 years, I worked as a worker, normal worker in corner house. And then the previous in charge, who was Chandubhai, he had some kind of a conflict with Pranab on certain issues.
Who?
Chandubhai, who was the in charge of
Chandubhai.
corner house. Chandubhai,
Okay.
yes. So in that protest, he left corner house. So when he left corner house, that was 79. So then there was a vacuum, and people in corner house came to Pranabda and told him that he's left and nobody is there to look after, so you have to find somebody to look after. So he left on 31st of August. So Dada said that you cannot, I will not come to corner house unless I get the key. So Chandubai gave him the key in the evening of 31st of August, and on 1st of September 1979 he came to Corner House and had a meeting with all the people. So he wanted to give charge to one gentleman who was Mahendra Bhai, one Odia gentleman. He was in Corner House right from the beginning, 67.
I know him, yes.
Yes. So he said, but I am a bit old, I will not be able to take that charge. So then he says, then we will wait till the right person comes, and then we will see, and let every one of you continue with the work, and when you require finances, then one of the persons can come and take from Gangaram, and then you can run the show, and then we'll see who comes forward. So then all of the people who were there, he said, Dada, this will not do. Pravin knows all the work, so why don't you give him the responsibility? Because he knows all the work, and he is young, so we can also, there is somebody who can. So Dada said that if you wish that way, it is okay then. So let him work like this. So he will coordinate with me. I will come every day to Corner House. So if any complaints or anything is there, we will sort it out, and Pravin will take the lead. So that is how I came to take charge of Corner House on the request of the workers. But people in the ashram thought that I had buttered Pranab and I had become close to him. So on that basis, so will you believe that most of the people in the ashram became jealous and turned against me? How can a newcomer like this become in charge, throwing out the old? So that I am. So that was a lot of rumors went on, and then it was very difficult for me to bear, because all those people who would seem to be friends of mine and close to me suddenly turned different. So I went and literally no, I just cried in front of Pranab, and I said that, why have you given me this responsibility? Give it to somebody else. So his words were that we have done no wrong, Mother is with us, and you will see that all those people who are today against you will seek your help one day. But keep no malice for anyone in your heart. So this was his guidance to me. So I just followed that. And then for 2 years, whatever requirements used to be for anybody, they will go to Pranab and he will write a note, Corner House Management. He never wrote my name. For 2 years, he wrote Corner House Management. So the chit will come to me, and only after 2 years, when the atmosphere had settled down and when people had accepted me, then he started, right, Pravin. So I call that a very administrative wisdom, how to counteract the resistance that was there. And to talk about him, one day he said that I will come and see how you work, what you work. So he woke me up in the morning at 4:30, and he was whole day with me till 9 o'clock in the evening, till I closed the door of the Corner House. So wherever I was working, he was there. I was kneading, he was there. I was cleaning, he was there. Whole day he spent with me to see. That was establishing me.
Yes.
This thing. And then at 9 o'clock he left. And then he took me himself on his motorbike to all the departments to introduce me after 2 years, that he is now the in charge, so you directly deal with him. So that is how he established me in Corner House.
Now what about your teaching
Yes.
in
so
gymnasium?
Then, yes. So then, because I was a sports person, so I used to assist him in the gymnasium. So his group was called Dada's Group, Rehabilitation Group. So those people who would get injured, they will get into Dada's group. So then I used to go to gymnasium along with my other activities, sports and all that. So whenever I'll have time, I'll go and assist him in the gym. So I will tell him that you show him this exercise, you show him this exercise. So he'll teach me what exercises to show them, give him this back exercise, give him this exercise. So I used to assist him like this. So that is how the association went on growing, like that. So that is how it went. And then in 1990, when he had his first heart attack, and he was in nursing home, and he was not able to take the group. So he told me that you manage my group. And incidentally, he stayed in my sister's house, which is just in front of Knowledge. Because he was not supposed to climb to mother's room, because he was living in mother's room. So they said that you have a heart attack, so you have to be on the ground floor till his present room was built. So for 3 months he stayed in my sister's house in ground floor. So that was the time when he said that I feel that you should know more about physical education, and I want you to become my assistant, and you get 2 books from the library every day, and you read about them, take notes, discuss with me, and you built up the theory side of physical education. So from 90 to 92, that was my everyday practice of reading books, taking notes. He will tell me, you read this book, you bring this book, you take these notes, then you practice, then you do this. So that 2 years were his personal training to me in the house, and when he came out to his new room in the gymnasium he was coming till 92, he gave me personal instructions of how to teach physical education. So in 92 he told me that now you have, as an apprentice, you have completed 2 years, that I want you to become the captain. So I said that I don't want to become captain. I don't want to take that responsibility. He says, think over. He didn't impose anything on me. So I thought over and I said, how can I say no to him? He's Dada, I have accepted him as my leader. So after 3-4 days I went to him and I said that, okay Dada, I'll become captain. So he says, good boy. He says, it's good to have authority. It's good for work. So he wrote a chit for giving me a dress. So that also became a big issue, because he made me captain not of any group but captain of the gymnasium. So there was a lot of controversy, that people made a joke of it, that how can he become captain of the gymnasium? He should have become captain of some group. But they didn't realize that what was the background. So whenever people will come for any exercises or anything, he will write a note to me to give them these exercises, because for 2 years I had already been trained. So then when people saw that I have some knowledge of exercises and what to give, what not to give, then they slowly started accepting me. So that is how I became in charge of gymnasium as a captain.
Pravin, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaste.